Pause if you can see how a solution might develop at any point. This question goes and offers us a survey in which 92% can distinguish margarine from lard. It seems to be about rounding to the nearest whole number. What's the smallest possible size of the group? It's not obvious how the mechanism works, so begin with any realistic value. You might try 100 people. Clearly, if 92 people could make the distinction, that would be 92%. Trying a much smaller number like 10 people, we see that the choices would only be 9 or 10, and that neither of those would yield 92%. So we can see it's somewhere in between those two values. At this point, we might go and write down what we know, which is not just that 92% can, but that 8% cannot. The 8% somehow has got to go and yield the smallest number of people possible. I recommend you pause at this point and see if you can go and consider how to use that information. If 8% cannot, and that's the smallest, that might actually represent one person. If one uses our logic of percentages, 8% meaning one person would mean, well, 12 of those would get you 96%, 13 of such people would make you 104%, and that would give you an idea that somewhere between 12 and 13 people could give 8% as one. If we check 12 people, we find that 11 out of 12 people does in fact yield 91.6%, which would round to 92. Obviously that's not clearly the minimum until we try 11. We try 11, 10 out of 11 people would go and yield 90.9%, which would round to 91, which is not possible. From this we can go and conclude that the smallest number of people that could yield 92% is in fact 12.